All right, what is going on, guys? Today I'm here and I'm with nobody, literally with nobody. I'm in the crib by myself, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys about why you don't need a strategy to become a profitable day trader. Now, a lot of you guys might be thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't need a strategy to become a profitable day trader. Now, that is a little bit of like a clickbait title, to be honest. You do need a strategy. However, profitable day traders don't necessarily trade with a strategy, and I'm going to break down exactly why that is true, okay? Now, if you guys have watched my videos in this apartment, I'm in Chicago, obviously, you've noticed that now I got a couch. You know, I used to record my videos and I just had an empty background. I had nothing. But now I got a couch here, so that's cool. It's pretty awesome. It's a blessing. And yeah, so I'm going to be making a lot of YouTube videos on this couch. I'm going to be doing a lot of psychology-based stuff, a lot of strategy-based stuff. A lot of you guys are asking me to make videos on my model, so please just give me tips in the comments and ideas and things like that, just that you want to see from me, things that are going to be helpful for you guys, obviously, because my goal here is just to help you guys become profitable as quick and as easy as possible. And yeah, so I'll maybe even do some stuff on my model, the motion model, and yeah, so I'm gonna be dropping a lot of free sauce for you guys. But basically, the title of this video and what it means is not needing a strategy to become a profitable day trader or to stay a profitable day trader is essentially just like what the top 1% of traders do, right? Think about this. Do you think that the average millionaire day trader, the guys that are nameless, faceless people that are trading some random place in America, right? These multi-millionaires, maybe billionaires, those guys who are making millions of dollars a day, right? Do you really think that those people are trading and they're like, first I wait for the higher time frame sweep, then I look? No, realistically they're not. They don't have a checklist in front of them. They're not worried about what the smart money concepts are like looking like on the chart. No, they're not, right? Now everybody has to start somewhere, right? So when you start with smart money concepts or ICT, I really don't like saying ICT. That's just a dude. It's some random fucking guy who taught people online. I don't care about ICT. I think it's bullshit. Smart money concepts, that's what you're trading. Smart money concepts, not ICT, okay? So when you're looking at smart money concepts or you're looking at fucking, you know, whatever, like, you know, no hate to Bonka, but like rise levels and fucking all this shit, right? When you're looking at like order flow, like, no. The smartest traders and the traders who make the most money just know where the market's going to go by looking at it. And they know that because they have experience and time in the market. And the only way that they've gained that is literally just by doing every single day, right? So at some point, if you ask those people, if you ask those millionaire traders, right? And you know, millionaire traders, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, right? You're probably not watching this video, but if you ask those people, hey, when you first started trading, were you trading the same way that you trade right now? They most likely would say no. They most likely would say no. These people have learned and went through strategy after strategy. Maybe they found one that worked for a while, right? That built them up most of their money. But these people are not trading with a strategy, a set checklist of items that they need to check off before they actually take a trade. They just understand where the market's going, and they can look at it, and they have maybe a couple confluences that they look at in their head, right? You know, maybe they're looking at the liquidity and the higher time frame draw and all that kind of stuff. But other than that, they just understand where the market's going, and there's only a certain way that you can get to that point, and that's literally just through time in the market. So when I say that the best traders in the world don't trade with a strategy, it's true. No one's out here trading fucking the mech model or the fucking whatever model, the motion model even. No one's out there trading that model at the highest level. Now, if you want to get to the highest level, you do need to find some way to give yourself that market experience to get to the point where you just understand where the market's going. And how are you going to do that? By learning a strategy, okay? So it's a little bit counterintuitive almost, and I might sound a little silly by saying this, but it's true. You need to learn a strategy and have a step-by-step checklist before you actually get into trading a system that is more so just discretionary, right? I've made a video about this before. All the best traders trade with discretion, and you can't trade with discretion if you have a month of time in the market. If you have less than a year in the market, you realistically should not be trading with discretion because you don't even know what happens in every single month of the year, right? Obviously, the market changes month to month depending on current events and all that kind of stuff. But realistically, if you don't even have 12 months of data in your mind of you just looking at candles, looking at charts in the live market, not back testing, there is no reason why you should be trading discretionarily. It makes no sense. You don't fucking know what you're doing. You think you know what you're doing, but you don't. I have 3 years of experience. Sometimes I will trade discretionarily, but even still, I try to hold myself to trading my system because I understand that the system has a set win rate, a set back-tested, understood win rate, right? I know exactly why I risk what I risk and how much I'm going to make when I risk what I risk, right? So that's how you become profitable, is finding that strategy, learning it, becoming proficient at it, and then understanding, okay, here are some little things that I'm noticing about the market over time. You know, maybe on certain days of the week or certain months of the year, this happens, or when I see certain, things form on the chart in front of me, right? When we look at the chart, we're just recognizing patterns. When you're looking at technical analysis, right, you're looking at the candles print on the chart in front of you. Your brain is literally just recognizing patterns. A fair value gap is a pattern. A liquidity sweep is a pattern. Fucking an inverse fair value gap is a pattern. An order block is a pattern. A breaker block. Those are all patterns. Those are all things that your brain sees. And when you first started trading, day one, do you think you could have identified a fair value gap immediately right off the bat? Probably not. You probably couldn't have. But once you've watched that fair value gap print on the chart in front of you hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of times, then you start to understand this is a fair value gap. Boom, I can see it the second I look at the chart. So imagine the level of experience and the level of understanding that these top 1% traders have when they just look at the chart. They're like, okay, cool. Boom, higher time frame. Maybe look at the 4 hour, maybe look at the daily, the weekly, maybe look at the 1 hour. Obviously, I don't know exactly what they're doing, right? Because I'm not to that point yet. But they're maybe looking at a couple different time frames. They understand what their draw on liquidity is. They think the market's going to either go up or go down, right? There's only two ways that it can go. They think it's going to go up or down. They set their draw, right? And then they execute when they feel that they're in a discount, right? When they feel that price is going to get to that draw on liquidity without having too much drawdown, right? That's the goal. Having as little drawdown as possible. So that's how the top 1% traders trade. And the only way to get to that point is learning a strategy, trading it for a long time, and then actively noticing in the markets every single day. How are these candles printing in front of me? On days where we have a lot of volatility, how does the market move? On days where we have a little volatility, how's the market move? On days where we have news, on days where we don't have news. In certain months of the year, how does this market move, right? Over the last 6 Decembers, over the last 6 years, the market has moved this way, and it's common amongst, 5 out of the 6 Decembers, it moved, more bearish or whatever. That is what these top 1% traders have over us that we don't necessarily have yet because of literally just experience in the market. So just start to think that way when you go into your trading day, when you start to watch the candles print out in front of you. Start to think that way. How is the market moving today? What am I noticing overall? Don't just look at the smaller time frames. Don't just look for, I need a 5-minute and a 15-minute fair value gap so I can take my little trade for my model to get a 1 to 2 risk reward. No, start looking at the overall higher time frame. Start looking at how does the market actually move on every single time frame. Start letting it print in your brain. Start letting it just be copied in your brain. Okay, the market moves this way. And then over time, with more experience and more time in the market, you'll start to understand, okay, the market moves like this in this month, in this condition, and then boom, you'll be there. You'll have infinite discretion. And slowly introduce discretion into your trading too. When you have a model and a system that you trade with, and you have like 5 things that need to happen, maybe eventually over time, after a year, 2 years of trading that model, okay, maybe I only need 4 of those things, and I still have the same win rate, if not a better win rate. Then, okay, after, a little bit of trading 4 confluences, now I only need 3, now I only need 2. Now I just understand where the market's going to go. So take that time and really just process how the market moves every single day. That's my advice. I would say I'm a pretty successful trader. I've been profitable for pretty much 2 years at this point, and I'm on pace to continue to make 6 figures a month. So yeah, that's my advice. And if you guys have any questions, anything like that, you want to work with me one-on-one, you want to learn from me, you want to learn how to make money like all my students do, I actually just had a student yesterday hit their first 50K month, which is pretty cool. If you look in the payouts channel, let's look. Boom. First 50K month. Hopefully it loads. Shout out to Magnus. Good shit. I'm going to put the link in the description for that. So, yeah, if you want to apply to work with me one-on-one, let me know. If you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know as well. And, yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Peace out.